One thing I've learned in the last 2 years as a jobless 26-year-old marketing graduate is that today's job market is rough, and that's putting it lightly. Endlessly scrolling and reading through hundreds of job advertisements while sending out dozens of applications, finally come to terms with the current state of reality. The scale is dipped and not in favor of the job seekers. So, how does one find a job in this modern world when the requirements demand only perfection and the best experience possible to win the position? Do you need to become perfect in everything known to man? Or do I just need a career change and hope for the best? Don't worry, I'll tell you the answer in a few minutes. I understand that job ads are different everywhere and in every country. But where I currently reside here in Europe, work advertisements are becoming a joke. And here's why. First off, the most common things I read about is that the job descriptions are either always so vague that you're going to be shocked when you finally manage to have an interview with the boss and discover that the things you must do are so overwhelming. Same can be said if the ad has a lot of information about the work details. You're going to feel pressure for trying to keep up with all of these assignments that you might become so scared to even apply for it. Secondly, the requirements are absurd most of the time. You either need to have years worth of work experience, you might need to speak or know at least 2 to 3 different languages, or you must have a car license for travel purposes, even though you might have majored in, let's say, bookkeeping, but the boss wants you to, run around the city from building to building because it's easier for them if you do so. If you weren't exhausted and overwhelmed before then, wait until I talk about the third aspect. And that is what the company offers you. This part feels like a crime sometimes. A lot of these work applications may not even have the decency to offer you anything at all. Not to say they don't put anything in there to begin with, but those exist as well. They mostly always imply that their offer is the job and the work. And if they are feeling generous enough, they will add that they offer a friendly work environment, room for some growth and development in this fast-paced company we have, a competitive salary, and maybe even some flexibility in the work schedule. With all that said, you may even see that the pay is kind of or is minimum wage. That right there is just sad. I'm trying to say that you can't just not get a job offer like this and like it. If it works for you and you happen to prefer something like this, then that's completely understandable and right and always up to you. But the world today we know is changing drastically and will continue to do so. And the only way to keep up with all of these endless requirements with barely any pay or benefit for the worker is that we need to understand at least one thing. And that is, like it or not one person on the planet is born equal with the same starting point and tools. Based on the players of this capitalistic Hunger Games who are winning, and we, who will continue to have less and less of a chance to win the game, is if we stop playing by their rules and start following our own. What does that mean, you ask? It means we who are feeling hopeless every day, trying to make ends meet by the book, isn't the only way to become free of labor that doesn't sustain us, or the only way to achieve success. A popular quote from my favorite books of all time, called Fourth Wing, by the author Rebecca Yarros, is, "The right way isn't the only way." We humans are meant to create, to solve and inspire in this world, and to do that what we need to do to feel free. We need to have flexibility and resilience to grow. To do that, I finally realized after years of trying to understand the current world and my own uniqueness as well as capabilities, is that I needed to stop everything I was doing and start doing what made me feel happy and fulfilled. Now, what I mean to say is that I don't want you to quit everything that keeps you afloat, but what I want is that you ask yourself these questions. Do you have this one thing that makes you smile when thinking about it? Would this thing make you feel satisfied and good about yourself when you do it? If you don't have an answer for it right now, then I advise you to find the answers this week, this month, or hell, even this year, because chances are it will change your life for the better. Now is the time to make a change, even if it fails. At least you can say you tried. It's one of the many reasons why I made this channel. I want to see what I'm capable of. I want an outlet, and I want to help and inspire people, and I want to try. So why not do it yourself? Because one day you might just be in a place where you're financially free, happy, and fulfilled in life. Because life is too short sometimes, and yet it's always worth living instead of surviving. So take the first step right now and start living the life you want it to feel tomorrow.